Yo guys, I'm HP, this is Dr. Pink, and today's topic is Adaptiv Blues Guitar Double Stops. A really complicated title for something really simple, but very great. Before we get started, make sure subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button, and also join the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. So what are we talking about today? This is a technique which is called voice leading. And the main idea, well, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So that's what we're talking about. We are having a double stop, or we can also do it with chords in the second part of the tutorial. And we just change the notes, or the one note, or the two notes with double stop. One or two notes can be changed to adapt it to the following in chord. So the first step to enter this world is to understand. We have here a backing track with 1 bar B flat 7, 1 bar E flat 7. Okay, so now you need to understand that you're not playing, as most of you guys, the pentatonics or the blues scale over this tune. Now we're gonna play the Mixolydian one, meaning on B flat we're playing B flat Mixolydian, and so on, and on the E flat we're playing E flat Mixolydian. And inside these modes or scales you find the chord B7 and E flat 7. Okay, and when you play a double stop, for instance this one here, and then which is part of the B7 chord, okay, in this case is the trident and the fifth, and then when the next chord comes you just change one note to adapt it to the following chord, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Sounds way more complicated than it is. To play the stuff, it's really simple, you know, but it's really important that you understand what you're doing, because this will open up a bigger world for you in your soloing. You still can play your minor pentatonics, but also try to start to follow the chords, and that's what we're talking about today. Yo, I already told you we have 1 bar B flat 7, so we can take this chord, B flat 7 to E flat 7, 1 bar E flat 7. So this is now the grid, basically, or you can take other chords, I don't know, you can take them up here, or this part here, B flat 7 to E flat 7, yeah. I never grabbed that before. You can also do like this. It's really important that you know where the notes are, and also that you know which the modes are where you're working with. So you have B flat, Mixolydian, and E flat Mixolydian. So these are the two modes which you're working with. Now, let's start with the first really simple double, so this one. What is this? It's really simple. Well, I'll show you with the backing track first, they're more motivated. Now you can hear the effect of voice leading. Voice leading creates this really smoothness in your playing, because you know you just go into the music and you mix it up with the chords which are coming. So we have B flat, which is basically this is the trident and the fifth of the B flat, and then when it goes to E flat, this note doesn't have to be changed because it's also part of E flat Mixolydian, but this one not, so you have to change it to this. This is the flat 7 and this is the 2. This creates the upper part of E flat 9. This already sounds great, and you can make it sound even greater when you play something, you know. I'll show you. You play it as lettering. What I often do when I play a really simple motif, like 1, 2, 3, 4, then the next one I play even is the same motif. I anticipate it, start on the 4 end instead of 1, and this way it gives this really groovy additional part. 1, 2, 3, 4 end. So you change on the 4 end, or you can make. You can even make more figures, but you change on 4 end, and then it doesn't sound like an exercise, it sounds like music. Now, we can do this also with this one here. Now instead of we going from the 3 to the 5, from the 3 to the 5 of B flat, we go to the 1. And again, this is the 5 of the E flat, and just adapt one note. You do the same thing with this one here. Sounds also really cool. Or you can make combination. Already sounds really cool. Okay, we can also do something like this. Here we have this double stop, a really common one here in the 6th fret. Here 6, 6, which is basically this B flat. This is the 5 of the B flat, and this is the 1. So when it goes to E flat, we adapt this one to this. And this gets now the 3 of the E flat and the 5 of the E flat. So it's really important that you have your thoughts about this, because once you figured out where the notes are inside the mode, you know, a lot of people think modes are there for playing fast. But the main thing about modes is that you know whether your notes are. You know, when you play B flat, Mixolydian, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7. These are the intervals of B flat Mixolydian. And they are the target notes, which you need to know when you want to start working with modes. Now when we go to E flat, you have the targets notes are here. So now here's the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, 1. Okay? So that's the main thing you need to know about playing modes. It's not about playing runs. I mean, you can play runs later, but when you start with modes, you start to figure out the grid where you work within and to follow chords. That's what it's all about. And these double stops here really help you. And really, when you work them out, they're really simple to play. But that's not the point. The point is that you know what you're doing, okay? Now let's do, this one is also cool. These are called the guide tones. This is the flat 7 of B flat and the triad of B flat. So this creates a tritone. Tritone is a flat 5 interval. And the cool thing is you move it down half step. This leads to the guide tones of E flat. So, okay. You can do the same thing here. Okay. It's also tritones. This, as I said, is a guide tones. You can also do them here. You just need to search for the flat 7 and the 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's the flat 7. 1, 2, 3. Here's the 3. So here, or here, or here. And then you want to go to E flat, just move it down half step. Then it makes an inversion. Now we have the 3 here, the flat 7 here. Before it was flat 7 here, try it here, and then makes an inversion. And this is really a cool feature, you know, you can play any kind of stuff. You can just jump in these guide tones in your soloing, and before I was just playing minor pentatones and then I jumped into the tritone and in the guide tones, and this gives your soloing a really total new vibe, and you let your listeners and your musicians know that you know what you're doing. Okay, we can also make something like this. Let's do this. It doesn't always have to be chord notes. So 1, 1, 3, 5 and flat 7 are chord notes. Can also be, this is now the 5 and the 3 of the B flat, and now it goes to 9 or 2 to flat 7. That can also, you just adapt it to the new chord, can also sound really cool. Or you just adapt to the new chord. Works pretty cool, pretty clean. As I said, from the technical part, these licks are really simple to play, but the main thing is that you'll learn to understand what you're doing. That's really important. Let's give it a little bonus here. I was already talking about voice leading. Voice leading is a really important thing in all music. The main idea of voice leading is that the original approach to music was the voice. That's why it's called voice leading. So you had a choir, like if you have 4 voices, in this case this one here, these are 4 voices. And when you do proper voice leading, when you change to a new chord, you just move those voices which are necessary to display the chord change, and the rest you remain, okay? And that creates this really smooth sound which we all love. That's because of the voice leading. Now in the case of this chord here, is a little bonus. This is a D minus 7 flat 5 chord, but when you take the B flat in the bass, creates a B flat 9 chord, but you just don't play the bass. So we have 4 voices, and now we just move 2 of those, the bass and the other one here. Now we still have 4 voices, but adapted to the E flat, so B flat 9 to E flat 9, just by moving 2 notes and the rest remains. And that's the thing which sounds really cool. Yeah, I'll show you 2 other examples of voice leading. Let's do this here. We're taking in more jazzy chords now. We're taking this one here. 4 voices here. Well, voice leading is extremely important in jazz, but actually it's extremely important in any genre. So we're taking this one here. This is a B flat 9 13 chord. And now we just go down here. Now in this case, all voices change, but they stay as near as possible to the previous chord. That's what makes it sound so smooth. Okay? Let's see how that sounds. Sounds cool. We can also, we can also, if you want to keep one voice, we could do this. So then the top note stays, but the lower three voices changed. Okay? That's a possibility to solve this problem here with a really tight voice leading. Also, we can take this one here. This is a B flat 13 to E flat 9. In this case, now the top note stays and the lower three voices change. This creates this great effect. See? Yo, now we want to put this all together. You can do soloing with the minor pentatonic, B flat minor pentatonics. Use these double stops. Also, you can use the chords with the voice leading, and to follow the chords in your soloing and mix it all up. You know, I always bring this thing with the kitchen. You have salt, pepper, oregano, rosemary, maybe Tabasco, and now you need to make a nice, wonderful meal out of it. Don't take too much of something, just mix it up properly, then you get a really nice dish. Minor pentatonics. Chords. So on. Yo guys, that was Adaptiv blues guitar double stops. The title is way more complicated than the topic itself. Well, the playing is really simple, the understanding probably not. If you're totally new to this, it's gonna probably give you some headaches. But if you really want to get out of the box and always play minor pentatonics, that's the way to go. And the easiest way to start with this is just with these double stops. But when you want to go further, then you of course also have licks specific for one mode. But this is one really cool way to already get into this world and not making your life too hard. Let's put it that way. Yeah. Good. One more to say. If you want to download the tabs I wrote for you and the backing track, it's available in the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. Please join there. Please share my channel. Please spread the word and help this little guitar community to grow. Me and Dr. Pink are saying goodbye to. Buy a t-shirt. They're tagged here. I don't wear one today, but I have one at home. I'm always too lazy to put it on. Maybe next time. Yo, good. See you guys.